Take 2, and it looks like my battery's running low, so this will be a really quick. Oh, I can't talk. So, if we're doing facts of the day, my little one is that the Atlas Moth is this big-ass moth, and it has no mouth parts. It survives off of larval fat until it gives birth, and then it slowly starves to death. As for the continuation of the time traveler, I have my handy-dandy notes. So, Henry at beginning reminds me of Eric. Cleaning habit, books, needs exercise. Not needs exercise as in he's unfit, but needs exercise as in it makes him feel good. Adorable are Kid Claire's language. You know, calling them posable thumbs and getting salmon from cake batter. Like, rather than salmonella and opposable. Decent job at writing 6-year-old run-on sentences and such. Just not sure if duh was big in the 80s, slang like that. This book could easily have been rather fluffy, but then there are scenes like Quasi torturing the football player. I didn't agree with what they did, but the sheer fact that the scene was there means something. I wrote these notes out pretty well. I don't really need to explain any of them, huh? Okay, battery died. So continuing. Not a huge fan of people doing the time traveling. By which I mean the people doing it without the aid of something else, like the Doctor uses his TARDIS, Doc Brown has his DeLorean. Even in Quantum Leap Sam does it because of that initial machine. So, that's what that is. I guess it puts a lot more importance on humans than we really deserve. I think that's really what that is all about. Reminded me of Happy Feet. Halfway through, instances would occur, and I'd think that's a good stopping point. But there was more left. Art, literature, music, etc. references. On the I'm smart because I know most of these level, I loved them. But the other side of me kind of grimaces at all the hoity-toityness of it all. I think it's because if the author is writing it, third-person narrator, then sure, an author can put in all those sorts of references because they can have time to have looked them up. But a real person, narrating as they go along first person, isn't going to be able to quote an entire sonnet. It just isn't realistic, I think. And these were all first person whatevers, and we'd see these people, we'd read about these people saying things and just quoting, pulling 12 lines of some obscure novel, some obscure classic, and think nothing of it. It just doesn't happen. The author may know flowers, but she does not know food plants. You don't brag about it when your zucchini grow to abnormal sizes. The bigger your zucchini gets, the more seedy and stringy it gets, and the less flavor it has. You do not want to brag about that. And zucchini grows that big anyway. It really wasn't any of her professional gardening. Henry made a big deal about having his, needing his ability to run, so I knew he was going to lose his feet or something. It was sad, but I expected it. Actually, it was very sad, but I still expected it. I liked them having to put things together in this book. Like, oh, so Henry's going like, oh, so this is when I go and figure out what this is, and that's why Claire's been talking about this for years, and yeah. Oh, God. It's not even 11, it is so hot. It was mainstream. It was very mainstream. But it was, I don't know, it was a decent book. I've read worse. Yeah, I mean, the parts about Dad and Alba were ridiculously touching. I'd preferred if they divorced or something rather than died. That seemed like the Hollywood way out. Although, granted, if they had ended up divorcing, then we would have been, oh, well, they could have died, because if they divorced, everybody divorces. So either way, we wouldn't have been happy. Yeah. So, yes. Cheers.